We are halfway through the first season of Star Trek Picard, and it's not terrible. I had my doubts, and I was scared. Not gonna lie. But Gene Roddenberry's vision is dying, but there's hope. Let me explain. In this video, we're going to look at two episodes. Season 1, Episode 5, Stardust City Rag, and Season 1, Episode 7, I believe, which is Nepenthe. During Episode 5, Picard goes to a planet called Freecloud in search of Bruce Maddox, the same guy who wanted to disassemble Data in Star Trek the Next Generation. But the reason why he wants to find Bruce Maddox is because Bruce Maddox developed a thing called fractal neuronic cloning, which is how he created two twin sisters, which based on Data's positronic net. And they call it Freecloud. And on the way he meets Seven of Nine, which helps Picard retrieve Bruce Maddox from the underground criminal gang leader named Bejazel. Dissected him for his Borg parts, because that's what she does. She salvages and sells Borg parts out of XPs, which are former Borg drones. And Seven of Nine wants to take revenge on Bejazel, but Picard, being Picard, objects to this. He says this is not justice, it's just settling an old score, which I have to agree with this. This would be murder. But Seven of Nine tricks Picard and the others by beaming back up to their ship, which is the La Serena, and beaming back down and just straight up murdering Bejazel and going and continuing to shoot her bodyguards. Oh, and by the way, this is a random footnote. Mr. Vop should have been a Gorn, because I don't know why they made a new species. They could have just used a species like the Gorn that they had already, and that's kind of a fan favorite. And also, the Gorn haven't been used too much, so them making an appearance could draw in new fans, but that's just personal taste. That's not really objective. So a lot of people were mad that Seven of Nine killed Bejazel. Well, not that Bejazel died, but the fact that it was murder and not justice. And I know that they're in the former neutral zone, but it's still kind of the neutral zone because no one owns it, and it's this lawless land. I get that there's no formal law there, so someone kind of has to step. It just doesn't carry the vision of what classic Trek used to be, which is fine. I kind of like exploring the deeper, darker aspects that were sort of always there. But Star Trek has always had like a glimmer of hope that there can be something better. But there is a glimmer of hope in the form of Picard and the later Troy and Riker. Justice requires a legal system, and it also requires enforcement. I'm pretty sure someone who sells Borg parts on the black market is wanted by Starfleet, or the Romulans, or both. You could have easily just have caught her or used the stun setting on the phaser. The second episode that I'm going to talk about is Nepenthe. Picard, when talking about his new crew with Riker, he states that they carried more baggage than the crew of the USS Enterprise D and E ever did. But this is not exactly true. Riker, Data, Geordi, Worf, and Wesley, kind of, as well as Dr. Crusher, did carry baggage, but the difference between them and the crew of the La Serena is that they dealt with it in a more healthy manner. They did also have Counselor Troy. That might have helped. Editor's note here. I was trying to make a list on what's the difference between the crew of the Enterprise and the crew of the La Serena in terms of what they're doing to help people through stuff. It's more or less the same, except they use more healthy ways to make people feel better. I'm calling Ralphie out here. Planet Ralphie is not good and unhealthy. But it's, I guess, the idea of the evolved human is not a thing anymore. I guess that was the thing, so it's more like an inconsistency in plot, which wouldn't surprise me. Or they just lack the optimistic outlook. But then I thought about it more, and I was like, maybe the crew of the La Serena doesn't want to be helped. Because you have to want to be helped, if that makes sense. Which it does, but it doesn't. And I think that's the only reason, or the only difference between the two, that I could find anyway. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more like this, and if you want to be eternally nerdy like the rest of us here on this channel, click that subscribe button.